Hello. Hello. It's me. If you're not familiar with who I am, I'm Mike. I play Connor on the Chaos Scar, the monthly Monday D&D game that King runs. And tonight I'm going to be starting Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to do a full playthrough, ideally, Going to be getting started tonight, so we'll be nice and deep into it for Extra Life, where I think I'm going to be running a few time slots over that weekend, continuing this playthrough. And what else? Any other admin? I don't think so. I've had, so for characters, and if anyone's watching, feel free to weigh in the chat. I have two ideas. The first one is easier to explain. So the first idea is I could make Connor from Chaos Scar, human storm sorcerer, or as close to him as I can get, because of the way the character creator works in this. You don't roll for stats. You have kind of a standard array, and you can reallocate a few points here and there. You don't have all of the spells. You don't have all of the class features. Some of the class features work differently, so on and so forth, because of the video game and all that. So my first idea is I can play Connor, which is fun. Like I said, he's a human storm sorcerer. So I'll be doing lots of lightning and stuff, and I would be, the blaster caster in the party. The other idea I had is to sort of do a version of the character I beat the game with recently. I beat Baldur's Gate last week, I think, for the first time, and knowing a lot of stuff about the game. Not that I'm going to go into this and try and do a lot of like metagaming or anything like that, because I want to try and do as close to like a role playthrough as I can with a video game, because you're just not quite the same. You don't have quite the same level of immersion and character choice. But I would say that Baldur's Gate, in terms of interactivity with the world, does a fucking awesome job. So that'll be cool. But yeah, my second character idea is I would basically just be remaking the character that I beat the game with, because I really liked that character, and I found role-playing as that character very easy and fun. And that would be this character Lamartes, he's by the time you get to the end of the game, max level for Baldur's Gate 3 is 12. He was 9 levels of Oath of Vengeance Paladin, 3 levels of fighter as a battle master for the maneuvers. Because I was playing him as basically like for people who are familiar, I was playing him as essentially a Blood Angel Space Marine from Warhammer 40k. Excuse me, they're my favorite faction in that game, in that world. And their deal is that, at this point, I feel like most people in geekdom have at least a passing familiarity with at least like the aesthetic of Warhammer. And so they're Space Marines. They're all painted up red, black, and gold for the most part. And they are essentially, this is an oversimplification, and it's not quite, because the specifics of the setting make it a little bit different, but essentially what they are daywalker vampires who have this genetic condition called the red thirst, that makes them literally thirst for blood and can kind of take over them in combat. And it's kind of this thing that they struggle against and try and suppress, because they're meant to be these valiant, noble defenders. And if anyone really ever found out that they had this incredibly dark curse, that could lead to a lot of problems for them from outside forces. And so it's this thing they really try and suppress and meditate on and control. Like, it's this thing, they don't ignore it. If anything, they're very active in the way they try and manage it. And so what I did is I made this Oath of Vengeance Paladin that was basically playing like that. And how I did that was using the Dark Urge background, which is a very unique background in Baldur's Gate 3, as you will see here in just a minute. So if anybody in the chat wants to weigh in what they think, which character they think would be more fun to watch, let me know. But if nobody has anything to say, I will be playing Lamartine because that will be a very fun, an easy character for me to roleplay, because I like me a valiant, noble warrior with a flaw to struggle against. And with the taking the Dark Urge background, without spoiling anything, there's a Dark Urge. So we'll be doing that. Now let me just get the game up. I already got it running. So let me just do my little screen share here. You'll get to see, I got some Godzilla in the background. I'm not like somebody who's seen every single Godzilla movie, but say what you will, I thought that even though the script and the story in Godzilla King of the Monsters was absolute, it was like so bad it was funny. The monster action, top notch. All right, so let me see. I got to get this screen share going. What's going on here? Present, share screen. And let me know if there's any like weird audio problems. There we go. All right, now we're up. And this is the first time I've played Baldur's Gate 3 on this computer. This is my PC. This is the first time I played this game since like it initially came out in early access like 3 years ago. So I don't know if we're going to run into any performance issues like graphically and frame rate and stuff wise. I think we should be okay. I have the NVIDIA GeForce thing, which is like automatically optimizes the graphics for everything, and it tells you if it's not going to work, and it didn't tell me that, so it should be okay. But this is also a huge game with a lot of detail, so fingers crossed that everything will be fine. So here we are, a new game. Balanced. I think so, right? Because Explorer is just. And if anyone's watching, let me know. Give me a little thing in the chat if like the audio is fine. I would like to know that. It's hard for me to check. But you'd think that all these streaming things would have some way to check your own audio and like make sure everything's working. But if there is one, I can't figure it out. So yeah, Explorer is more like light combat story focus, which that's fine. But I think, and Tactician is going to be like really hard combat. So I think we're going to stick with balance. That's what I played it on before. I enjoyed that. I should say too, even though I've beaten the game once. Oh, here we go. All this silly stuff. You go away. And now there we go. Hey, loading screen. And I may make my little camera window a little bit smaller. This is a good cutscene, so I'm gonna actually turn off. Oh, no, I'll just be quiet. Make myself small. God, it's doing it again. All right, sorry. You missed a little bit of the cutscene. Nasty. Oh, our POV. Spooky. Oh. This is such a good cutscene. Like, I think it was Blur, the people that did like the Halo 2 cutscene, Halo 2 remake cutscenes, and they've done a bunch of other stuff. I think they're the ones who did that, if I remember correctly. I don't actually know. No. Who are you? We'll be skipping tutorials. I do not need tutorials. Will not be necessary. So, I want to establish, I guess, a couple of rules, potentially. They're, you know, sort of like rules written in pencil. Nothing too restrictive. So yeah, first rule I think is, again, I'm going to probably make this Lamarty's this paladin fighter guy. And I think what I'm going to do for that, because I going into this knowing how the dark urge and this game can play out in a general way, you know, it's very different depending on how you play the game. Knowing what I know now, I'm going to use just a teensy bit of that knowledge in the character creation here, because I don't want to spoil anything, but as you will see once we start playing, there's some mysterious things going on with the Dark Urge. And so knowing what some of that stuff is, I'm not going to be using that in the role play, but I'm going to be using that knowledge in the character creation. So that I'm not doing any like challenge runs or anything like that. What I'm going to do is this is just for fun. We're just going to hang out and have a good time playing some Baldur's Gate. I am going to really limit like save scumming and stuff like that. There's going to be probably a couple times that I do it, because I'm trying, knowing what I know about this game and knowing for the character that I'm making, there's probably a couple of things that I think would really are very narratively thematic for the character that I'm going to be playing. So in those moments, we'll see. I'm not going to commit to anything. I'm not going to say yes, I will do it, or no, I will do it, because maybe we'll just see what happens. But right away, almost like the tutorial boss will probably be save scumming just a teensy bit, because, and if you've seen anything about this game online, you may know this already. He has a really, really awesome greatsword. I say boss. You're not really meant to fight him and kill him. He's really, really way too powerful. You're supposed to kind of just run past him while another NPC deals with him. But if you do kill him, or if you stick around long enough for him to die, probably more accurately, he drops a really good early game greatsword. And because with my Paladin with a Vengeance, and we're going for the Blood Angels thing, and they're kind of amongst the Space Marines, they're kind of one of the more, them and their successor, like kind of brethren Space Marine chapters, who all kind of share the same similar genetic lineage. They are all mostly known as like good close combat fighters. And because we're going for like a big honking smashy Paladin fighter, we're going to be going great swords. And I may mix it up with like a maul or something here and there, because there's a couple of cool mauls in this game. But for the most part, we're going to be sticking with the greatsword. And there's a really good one right away, basically, that might require a little bit of saves coming to get, but it shouldn't be crazy. And because I have save scummed for it on a couple of other characters that I've started and just kind of made for fun and just want to fuck around with, I have a pretty good system of doing it. So, but we'll cross the bridge when we get to it. So we're going to do the Dark Urge, and we're going to redesign the character. But these are all like the starting NPC like companions that you can play as them, which is really interesting. And each one of them has this introduction. And we're not going to do it for any of the NPCs. I don't want to spoil anything. But we are going to do it for the Dark Urge. We're going to change the way our character looks and stuff. But this is just kind of the default, so I'll play this here. And again, if you can't hear it, let me know. I think I have subtitles on though.
My rancid blood whispers to me, kill, kill, and kill again. My ruined body yearns to reap death in this world. And when this foul urge calls, it possesses my whole being. Injured beyond repair. I know nothing besides this. I must resist the dark urge, lest it consume my mind. I must discover who I was and what happened to me before my twitching knife hand writes a tragedy in blood.
So, you can see why, based on my very truncated explanation of the Blood Angels, why that would be a good fit. To represent, to kind of be a stand. It's not an exact thing, but it's stand-in for the Red Thirst. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that because I had a lot of fun playing that character before. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be struggling against it. We're going to be fighting it. We're not going to be giving into it because we're not trying to be X Dark Assassin X 420X right now. We're trying to just have a satisfying narrative, and I think playing the type of character that Lamartie's is, with the Dark Urge and a few of the other kind of key events that happen in this game, I found it to be a very narratively satisfying experience, especially for a video game RPG where a lot of times the protagonist feels a little bit like a cardboard cutout because in order to leave room for player agency, they don't do a lot to let you develop a backstory or anything like that. Your character history doesn't really have a ton of impact on how people interact with you and stuff. But that is not the case with this game. So I thought it was really enjoyable. So we're gonna make this character. I've already made him before, so this won't take very long. To a human, and because we're playing like a space marine, he's a big honking chunky boy. Big old muscly guy. And now, first time I played this character, I started him as a paladin and then multi-classed him as a fighter, but I think I want to do it different this time. One, just for the sake of it being different, but also, I think, again, narratively, knowing what I know now, it makes more sense for him to start as a fighter, which, again, I think you'll see, because of the whole paladin oath thing, and, some of the stuff about the Dark Urge kind of was I always was like, I don't really know how that happened, but whatever. So I think what we're going to do this time is we're going to start with the fighter, because the fighter, I think, is a little, hey, Spike. How's it going, man? Playing some Baldur's Gate 3. I'm making my character right now, as you can see. Some get you caught up, quick little rules, list of sort of casual rules that we're going to mostly be sticking to, but we'll see what happens. I am going to be playing this idea for a character I have who's going to be doing the Dark Urge, but we're going to be resisting it. I don't know if you know anything about this game, but the Dark Urge has a whole thing that I don't want to spoil anything. But it's a very specific background that actually has a lot of stuff that gets tied into the story of this game, which is very cool. So we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to be doing a Paladin Fighter multi-class, because what I'm going to be doing is essentially playing a Space Marine from Warhammer 40,000. If you're familiar, I'm playing a Blood Angel. They are these guys. They're these Space Marines that basically are Daywalker vampires, to sum it up very quickly. They're like these noble warriors who try and do good in their own kind of way, but also have this nasty curse called the Red Thirst that makes them literally crave blood. So they not repress, but they meditate and keep it under control, and kind of that kind of thing. So that's how we're going to be playing this guy with the Dark Urge. He has this Dark Urge, and he's going to be trying to keep it in check. And to kind of play him as a Space Marine, we're going to make him a fighter paladin. And I think we're going to start as a fighter. Because, again, as you'll see very quickly with the Dark Urge, there's something very important that gets revealed right away about it. And starting with a paladin doesn't make a lot of sense, at least for like character history. So we're playing a human, Dark Urge. You missed the intro thing, so I don't know if you want to go back and watch that on a VOD. I don't want to play it again. It takes a couple of minutes. So yeah, we're gonna start with the fighter though, because I think that just makes more sense. Again, knowing what I know, I'm gonna be doing like very little metagaming. You know, I'm gonna try and not use a lot of, because I've beaten this game once already, so I'm gonna try and not use that knowledge, except in terms of like map navigation and like things where it's like, okay, well, if we, like, there's really no, either in the video, trying to get around some of the video gamey stuff, like there's checkpoints and things like that I'm gonna go grab and whatever, but we're gonna kind of try and stick to a mostly role play run. I'm going to be playing this Space Marine kind of guy because I love me a Warhammer 40k Space Marine. Great weapon fighting. We're also not going to be doing a lot of save scumming, and if people, I'm sorry if people are listening to this twice. There'll be maybe a couple times where I might do it. One of the times is going to be very early on because there's kind of like a boss in the tutorial that you're meant to just sort of run past. But I'm going to, in another like NPC deals with him. But I'm going to hang around and see if we can't kill him, which might take a couple of reloads on the save. Because if you do kill him, he has like the best early game greatsword, and we're going to be greatsword maining, so we want that weapon. And so that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to really not do a whole lot of. I'm really just going to be doing it right here, and I don't think I'll feel like I need to do it for the rest of the game. But this greatsword, it, like, having played through the start of this game a few times, getting this greatsword early on is awesome. So we're going to do that. I can't change my background because of the Dark Urge thing, but I am proficient with medicine and intimidation. Great for a paladin. You see my stats on the right. We're going to change those up to be more paladin appropriate, because we're going to do a Battlemaster fighter for 3 levels, and then we're going to do Paladin for 9. Oath of Vengeance Paladin. That's the most Space Marine-y one, I think, personally. Okay, we're going to leave strength at 17. We are going to bring our dex down 1. Intelligence, yes, we don't really need to be very smart. I'm getting rid of... I want a +1 bonus to charisma for paladin abilities later on. Let's see. Wisdom will make a flat 10, because here's the thing. Space Marines, they're not stupid. They're very tactically intelligent, but they're very like, I have an objective. I must complete this objective. Wasting time on extraneous stuff is detrimental to the mission, and usually the most direct approach is the best. So he's not like dumb, but he's definitely not, I would say, like, tactically probably doesn't like think outside the box too much, and probably isn't like that interested, driven and focused, isn't that interested in isn't really that interested in like things like history and like gods and stuff like that. He's more tangible. It's focusing on the things that he can control. I want to get my charisma up one more. I could bring my dex down. I don't really need it because I'm going to be wearing heavy armor. I will be slow in the initiative order, but I don't really care too much about that. Okay, so we got a 17, a 15, because I think we get standard array, if I remember correctly. I've never actually made a character in tabletop D&D using standard array. I think this is like you basically get like the standard array and you can reassign some points. So we're getting a +2 bonus to our strength, which we want, and a +1 bonus to our charisma. We got a 14 constitution, 10 wisdom, because like I'd rather have for a character like this, I'd rather have a slightly higher wisdom than intelligence, just because of like things like survival and stuff like that. And there are a couple of other there's like a couple of characters that are really good for intelligence options and stuff like that. So I'm not too worried about it. Can change up skill proficiencies here. I think athletics and acrobatics are appropriate if we're going for a Space Marine type build. You know, they're strong, they're fast. You know, especially since we don't have much in our dexterity, being able to get the +2 to the acrobatics, I think helps with that. Survival, maybe. I think I'd rather have insight though. I mean, insight, being able to like read people and being able to like have intuitive response. I did the wrong one here. I know we want to have acrobatics and we want to have insight at +2. There we go. That's what we want to do. Get a little bit of insight, you know, just to like, again, because he's not stupid. You know, he's definitely not academic. He's definitely not like a scholar or anything like that. But the kind of the way I imagine that -1 intelligence, the -1 to the intelligence modifier is like, just, yeah, like you said, driven and focused, very focused on the objectives at hand, not really concerned too much about asking a lot of questions unless they pertain to what he's trying to accomplish. So there are, yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with those stats. Worst case, pretty early on, you can unlock the ability to respec. So if I have to modify some stuff, I can do that. Edit appearance. Now I also have a pretty good idea how this guy's going to look. So we want to do male voice 7.
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Yeah, voice 7. We want like deeper, as deep of a voice as we can get for a guy who's kind of meant to be a Space Marine, just like blasted full of testosterone to the point where he's just like, you know. So, and because the Blood Angels are fucking pasty ass vampires, they're not pasty. They come from like a fucking desert planet, but they're not. They are more. They're usually more on like the pale tan side. Pale. Ooh, that's like drow. I think. Hang on. I know there's a better one around here. I think. Let me change his face and stuff first before I commit to that. So we're gonna do this face. Because I think, I mean, like, I don't know. This one, like, there's a couple of them here that are okay, but I genuinely kind of think that most of the faces that they've designed in this game are kind of a little weird looking to some degree. So I think this is the best one just because it's not super extreme to any degree. We're going to give him a little fucking scar over his face because, again, as the Dark Urge stuff becomes apparent, you'll see there's plenty of opportunity for this to have happened. No spoilies. Do a little bit of maturity, again, going for a Space Marine kind of vibe. So we want him to be a little weathered. Even though we're level 1, you'll see why the game starts you at level 1. If you're Dark Urge, you'll see. You'll see. There's I think they do a pretty good job of like having your character feel like a level 1 character. You know, that's not necessarily true for some of the companions. There's a couple of companions where it's like, are you really level 1? You seem like you should maybe be like level 15, if I'm being honest. But you know, whatever. It's a small gripe. Space Marines, they got that gothic stuff going on, so we're gonna do like this gothic like cheek tattoo thing there, or like cheek tattoo spike, or above eyebrow. What do you think? I think the cheek is not as like warped. I feel like the eyebrow one gets a little bent, but if you like the eyebrow, we'll go with the eyebrow. Leave it black too. I feel like trying to color some of the character creation stuff is like can be a little, I don't know, like you get the wrong color mixes. It's really hard to like tell what's going on. We're gonna do green eyes. I don't actually know canonically like what eye color the Blood Angels have mostly, because the way Space Marines work is they all kind of when a 15-year-old boy, like a child soldier, is made a Space Marine and started getting, you know, cybernetic implants and all kinds of crazy shit put into their body to turn them into a demigod, you know, warrior. They get the gene seed, which is like taking on some of that gene seed bestows some of the traits of their Primarch, like their founding, like their sire, like the son of the Emperor that all of the Space Marines of that lineage like derive their ancestry from. It's hard to explain in a concise way. And so they take it like they things like their skin color can change and their hair color can change and their eye color can change and stuff like that. Like a really good example of the salamanders, their Space Marine chapter, and their planet Vulcan, or their I think their home planet's Nocturne. I can't remember, but they're the people of Vulcan have like ash, like charcoal black skin and like red eyes because of the sun that's on that they have there, and so all of the even members of the salamanders that are not sired from Nocturne, I believe, they all wind up having like that dark skin, red eyes, and like even like if their face, the skeletal structure of their face doesn't change or anything like that. So I'm not sure what canonically the Blood Angels eye color would be, but they have a lot of the gemstones and stuff they have in their armor and stuff is like it's usually like red or green, like an emerald or whatever. So I'm gonna go with green eyes because it could be blue, because the Blood Angels oftentimes are blonde a lot of the time, because Sanguinius, their Primarch, was blonde. But there are also Blood Angels with dark hair, again playing into that kind of vampiric sort of thing. And I think with the Dark Urge, the black hair makes more sense because it's a little bit more like, oh, there's kind of some evil going on here. So we're not gonna do any makeup on them. I don't think there's anything in here that would really be appropriate. Makeup just doesn't feel like it's a thing that a Space Marine would care about under any circumstance. Just sort of like, no, why would you use that? Why would you use your time for something like that? Let's see. Now, there's one haircut in here that I actually really like for a Space Marine, especially a Blood Angel, who are kind of generally, a lot of times they have longer hair. But the problem is, it covers up the scar and the tattoo. Which I cannot believe that nobody noticed that in game development. Like, we have all these tattoos on the right side of the face and all these haircuts that part to the right, and they all get covered up. So unfortunately, we're not going to be using this hairstyle because it completely covers up the other things we've put on our face. So we're going to be, really, again, I'm trying to think of like thematically, like based on, because I used to play the Blood Angels in the tabletop game. I used to play the tabletop game a lot when I was younger. Had more money to spend on something like that. But I think this is an okay one. It does clip through the collar on our armor, but we're going to be changing our armor up pretty quickly. And the other thing is, too, we can always change our character customization. There's a magic mirror they added in the 8th hotfix for this game that lets you change your character's appearance in camp. So if we decide we don't like something, we can always come back and change it. We're going to make the hair... it's like none of this is really changing the color of it. Oh, there's a little bit of a color. That raven is like blue. Black, brown, black, neutral. There's not much of a difference there, but I think we go black, neutral. We're not going to do any highlights or anything like that. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh my God, you're right. Hang on. Is there a more Tommy Wiseau face? Like this one. Oh, hi, Mark. See, now that's a very funny idea, but I have to be very practical about this because I oftentimes cannot actually see like gag playthroughs out for very long. Like, they're kind of more of a novelty for me. And if I'm going to be doing something where I'm playing start to finish, it needs to be something that I'm invested in. So we're gonna do like a little beard. The Blood Angels don't typically have beards, but I feel like clean shaven, there's just something weird. So we're gonna do just like a little bit of stubble. Like, he hasn't had an opportunity to shave for a few days, Which again, I think will also make sense once you see how the game starts. Oh, and you missed the first part of the cutscene too, Spike. Basically, like, you're in a mind flayer or something in like a little room, and you get a mind flayer tadpole put in your eyeball. So that's good. All right, and then I think we're done with the character build stuff. Fighter, yeah. I love that he's got like basically like leather and chainmail leggings on. And our name is almost certainly not going to be the Dark Urge because that is too much. There's too much edge to that. So we're going to be just called the Marquis, who's actually a cool character from the Blood Angels. I won't explain his backstory because I don't really want to. In order to explain the background of the character in Warhammer 40k Lamarties, I have to explain a bunch of other shit about the Blood Angels, and that's more than I'm trying to get into right now. Ooh, and here's our Guardian. We get to make a person. Now, what I did on my original playthrough, because I thought it would be... I'm thinking about the kind of character this guy is and thinking about the fact that he's like a... You may call me Bob. My name is Keith. I made this Guardian figure, basically like a sort of Sanguinius lookalike. Because the thing is, I can't make a Sanguinius lookalike because Sanguinius, like all the Primarchs, is like damn near 10 feet tall and has gigantic angel wings. So I can't make him exactly. But what I did is I made I think it was a half elf to make him slightly different. Like, just kind of stand up, because again, I don't know if you know anything about Warhammer, but the Primarchs, they're crazy. Really just like, again, literally demigods, like living demigods. And so just to make him like a little bit more, like a little different, like different from the common stock, I made him a half elf. So we'll do that again here. High half elf for sure as well, given the Blood Angels kind of regular dispositions. Now we got to choose a face. I think I did this face. Because the thing about the Blood Angels is that they are, even though they're like these Daywalker vampires, they're all actually absolutely gorgeous. They're all very hot. So, because again, they're like, there's this whole, the dynamic between like, on the one side, there's like the noble angel of Sanguinius, and then like the hidden like vampire dark side of the Red Thirst. So they have this sort of like outwardly light appearance, but inside they harbor this darkness that they try and control. So I think we're gonna go with that. I think we'll pretty much leave mostly him how he is. I don't really feel like adding scars. Again, knowing what I know about this character, this Guardian, I think we kind of go sans blemishes, Like, I mean, look at this. He's like shiny golden man. That's a man that's a guy that somehow has never been scarred in his life. So we're gonna any face. No, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do anything like that. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna give him the green eyes. It's kind of like oh, hey, look, because again, in the Blood Angels, they're the genetic sons of this Primarch Sanguinius, and so they all kind of have some resemblances to him. The thing about him, though, is that he was blonde. And we're going to give him that other hair that I want for myself, but covers up my tattoos too much. So we're going to give him that hair, and we're going to make him blonde. I want to be blonde, but not like silver blonde, I feel like that's probably good. They don't quite have the right color hair for Sanguinius, but we'll go with that. And honestly, I think I do need to change his hair, because if I'm basing a lot of this stuff off the Warhammer thing, he needs to have, here, this is where we run into this problem, is because he has the hair that I have, but I have to have the hair that I have, because otherwise it covers up my tattoos. And it's like, what's the point? So maybe we give him this one. I think we give him this because he's got kind of like that. He's got very luxurious locks that the man Sanguinius does. So, I think we go with that. Yeah, we'll leave his skin color like that. No facial hair. Sanguinius is never. I don't think he's ever been depicted with a beard. Yeah, and it's like basically an immortal. He doesn't really age too much after a certain point. I think we're good there. Oh, also I need to make sure I have the right voice.
Remarkable.
Yes.
Truly.
Spike, can you hear anything? We're not getting into any of the sound stuff, but now that you're here, can you hear stuff?
Good luck. Follow your instincts. Remarkable. Truly.
Great. Awesome. All right, we're gonna venture forth. Venture forth. Okay, no cutscene. I'm gonna stop talking for a few minutes while this plays. Let me get my cursor out of the way. The music in this game absolutely fucking rips. It's awesome. Whoever composed the score for this game did an amazing job. It's one of the best video game scores I've heard in a long time. Yeah, I know. It's great. Every time I watch this cutscene, I'm like, it's just so blatant. Yo, just you wait. I don't think I ever find out where this is, because like, as you see in the moment, I don't think that's the same. This is like a Forgotten Realms game of Faerun. So I don't before, presumably that was Baldur's Gate, and there's a couple other like very specific like locations that are named. It's like, oh yeah, we were there, or like we go there, or whatever. But I don't think we ever find out where this is. Which makes me wonder if there was like cut content or something that was like there's going to be a place you came back to. Should be cool. I always love me a snowy. Just when you thought the cutscene was over. Oh, she's got the nasty juice on her leg from being in that pod. That's not good. And now we begin. All right, what also remains to be seen? Oh, loading screens actually did not. They take less time on this computer than they did on my laptop. That's interesting. My laptop is newer. I suppose this is still probably a slightly more powerful machine just because it's a PC. PCs are, even the gaming laptops are fine. Someone who's owned a couple. It's nothing like a decent PC. Oh, that's okay. I was gonna say it's very dark, but it was just kind of loading in a little slowly.
The blood in your head thrums and pounds. That pounding blood obscures who you are. An overwhelming loss of
I'm not quite as
How
naked
you
though.
ended up amidst these hellish flames is just as hidden. You have nothing in your skull besides your name and a headache. But you are in danger.
I think in this instance, taking this sort of space marine angle, I think number 3 is what makes the most sense here. We're just going to try and we've got some problems to solve, questions to find answers to, but in the moment, we just need to figure out what is going on. So
Time to get out of here. And then you can shed light on the dark of the matter of yourself.
great. My head. Hopefully, it's the stream is, because I'm screen sharing. The stream is a little bit laggy, but I think it's fine. Let me know if it starts to like bothersome. All right. So first things first, I got to change up my quick bar. I don't like how they default organize this in this game. And there's a bunch of these things in here that we're just not going to need because we don't really need them that frequently, or the hotkeys are perfectly fine. So what I'm going to be doing, it always takes me a few times to try and organize this. So one thing you should know about me is that I am one of these absolute fucking. I'm a very like micromanaging my inventory. It's just constantly trying to like figure out ways for things to look better because I've got ADHD, so I have to like really think about how I want to organize stuff so that it like makes visual sense for me and it doesn't bother me. So for now we're gonna do this. Thinking is like these are kind of our, once I start to get more powers and stuff, maybe we'll move things around. But this is kind of like our basic combat actions. These will be like our special class abilities and stuff, and then these will be over here items. We can also use these red bars to move stuff around. So I'm gonna go into my inventory. I'm gonna get my potions out and my scroll of resurrection. All right, great. Go check this thing out.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
I'm not very smart, but I think we're going to investigate because if I mouse over this, I have a -1 to my intelligence, which is not a surprise, But we'll see what happens. So first roll of the game, I have a -1, and I need a DC 10 to beat a DC 10. I'm not optimistic, but I'm also not that fussed. Yeah, see, if I got a 3, so I'm not that fussed. So whatever.
You notice nothing more than meets the eye.
We're not going to touch it, though. We simply will not be touching that.
Don't get right ahead.
The Xenos tech. Foul Xenos tech. We must not touch it. Bad enough. They've stuck one of their foul spawn in our brain. We need not interact with their foul technology. Only so much as it can benefit saving our life. So
Visions project into your mind. A nautiloid hurtling through the plains, resplendent with psionic energy.
Fantastic. There's a little treasure there, a little onyx. We can sell that. Oh, I've honestly, I don't think I've ever picked that up before because I just didn't notice what it was, but I just happened to mouse over it this time. That was fun. Okay. Ooh, 12 gold. It's cartilaginous chest. I can pick it up. You know what? I am going to pick it up and I'm going to send it to my camp if I can because can I send it to camp yet? Because honestly, okay, I can't send it to camp yet, but I will be able to send it to camp once we get off this gross ship. Because honestly, it's not something that I don't really consider it like a huge detractor against this game because it's far from the only RPG that has this problem. But inventory management in this game is kind of a mess, and they don't really give you very good ways to organize things into like different categories or stuff like that. So what I've taken to doing is like I pick up, I don't know, like 6 or 7 chests as I find them and send them back to camp, and then I just kind of like organize my stuff into them. But the thing is, the trick is so you organize them well, you can't pick up 2 of the same kind of chest. So we're not going to pick up this cartilaginous chest because we've already got one of those. Don't need it. Let's zoom in on our guy here. See, this thing, we don't need it right now, but I'm going to click on it just to see what it does. It regenerates us. So if we'd like used any of our, if we for some reason had to use second wind, it would have given that back to us. So if we'd taken damage, we'd have gotten health back. And we only find these in places where there are mind flayers. So there's not point. Speaking of mind flayers, there's a nasty dead one on the ground there. One of the things, that was fun. I was just kind of sliding across the ground. Ooh, these are problems I've not run into. These are weird little quirks that I've not run into playing on my laptop. I hope these. Not that they're like game ruining or anything, but nice if we didn't. Oh, I'm sliding again. It's wonderful.
Images of goblins, their habits and histories flash.
Got roller skates on, apparently. We're getting some weird. Okay. Huh. We're gonna go in here and change some graphic settings. Video. Well, that's fine. What is this? I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. Let's see here. Shadow quality, I'm okay with medium. We're going to do that. Cloud quality, I'm also okay with medium. And because I wanted to, maybe we'll change all this stuff back. Texture, we're going to leave. I don't want to change the textures because textures make things look nice. Instance, distance, we're going to set this to medium. Small objects appear from view. That's fine. We don't need to have like a super far render distance. Detailed distance. Yeah, we'll do a medium on that one too. I don't know. I'm not a super. Okay, we're gonna get rid of bloom. I hate God rays, bloom. All this stuff is fine, but just straight up, it makes I don't have machines that are that good. And I'm also gonna save here because if this keeps doing this, I might just like quit and restart. It gives me a problem. We'll see. Oh yeah, I'm doing it again. That's fun. That's great. I love that this is what's happening right now. All right. Now we're not moving at all. What's going on? The saving is taking an age. What's happening here, computer? What are we doing? Just check some stuff. The old tech. Oh, no, we should be fine. Why is it doing that? Okay, now we're running. We'll just keep going. Oh my gosh, though, this is very weird and very annoying. Oh, it's because is it syncing cloud save? I don't care about that. You don't have to do that right now. Oh, whatever. Well, we heard a spooky voice. creepy little voice. So we're gonna come check out this guy. He also looks like he's not having a very good day.
Yes, you've come to save us
This
from
man.
place. From this place, you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return. They return.
Wonder how that feels. Just all that the wind, the moving air on your brain. Let's see here. I think that we'll go. Who am I talking to? A man or a brain?
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You know no creature like this. One that is more brain than person.
This is foul Xenos abomination behavior. We are destroying this brain. I do know there's some other stuff that happens if we don't, but it just feels out of character to do anything else with this guy. So we're going to smash it. Because this thing is clearly an abomination. It must be destroyed. This whole place is an abomination. Any chests up here for us to loot? No. All right. Let's hope. You know, if we keep sliding, we're just gonna deal with it, and hopefully maybe it'll like go away once the game has had a little bit more time. Or I mean, I'm not moving at all. What's happening here? All right, I have to save and restart. I don't know why this is happening, but hopefully it'll. Wow, everything is just behaving so strangely with this game right now. All right, we're going to quit and restart, and hopefully... Because it's just kind of silly looking, frankly, Just skate, you got roller skates on. Just... All right, so we're going to quit. Wonderful, wonderful. And we're going to load again. Because it's not just if it was just the fact that the walking animation wasn't working, that would be annoying and a little disappointing, but I could deal with that for the stream. But the fact that it's lagging, it doesn't make me feel super great. So we're going to try and restart because I'm hoping it's just first time playing the game. It's just kind of the computer's trying to just get its shit together, but we'll see. All right, Steam, you don't have to. The cloud synchronization stuff is just not necessary right now. Just stop. Just not necessary. Oh, whoops. I closed that thing. I didn't mean to do that. I'm breaking everything. Entire screen. Audio. There we go. All right. Got that back up. Try this again. Try this again. Wait, what are we doing, Baldy's Gate? I wonder if it's doing the thing where the Steam client isn't closing. Yes, you end task. Get out of here. And I know I'm not running anything on my laptop. Okay, what is happening here? Why isn't this game? It's launching. Dude, you can stop synchronizing the cloud. Okay, hang on. Properties. Because I'm not going to be playing this character on my laptop, and I'm not going to be playing any of the characters I play on my laptop on this computer. At least not for the foreseeable future until it gets too cold to sit outside. And I'm kind of a crazy person, and I will be going to sit outside tonight. I have been. Okay, it's still uploading to the... Yeah, we're still synchronizing the cloud, so that's fun. How do I make it stop doing that? Cancel. Manage. No, we don't want any of those things. Properties and Steam Cloud, keep save games in the Steam Cloud for Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, we're going to just disable that temporarily. All right, let's try this now. Yes, that's fine. I know you were unable to sync. Sometimes Steam, you get really obsessed with this whole syncing the cloud thing, and then the games won't even start. So you just got to stop doing that. Oh, joy. Now the game isn't starting. I'll give it a second. Technical difficulties. Open up my GeForce experience. Let's get that off of that screen. So why isn't this game launching? Steam. What's going on? Okay, go away. God, I need to get rid of. I'm embarrassed. I have Call of Duty on my downloaded on this computer. I don't even like Call of Duty. But I have a friend who was like, dude, you gotta play Warzone with me. And I played Warzone with him, and I thought it was really boring. Baldy's Gate. What's going on, computer? This is what happens when I don't use this computer for like weeks at a time. Stuff happens to it that I'm not paying attention to, and things are just strange. Okay, so it says it's launching, but it's not launching. All right, we're gonna turn off Steam. Maybe Steam is, dude. We don't need this. Good, thank goodness. All right, start Steam again. Steam, you better cooperate. For the peoples. All right, great. Open. Stop. Don't care about that. Baldy's Gate. Launching. Oh, thank goodness. All right, that seems like it did something. Yes, the Larian launcher. All right, great. Great. That's one thing that was behaving strangely that is now behaving as it's supposed to behave. Quicha! All right, and we're going to close the launcher because the launcher can sometimes slow the game down. Nice white screen. Hey, there we go. Oh, but it's like in window mode now. Why? All right, we'll change that too. Something happened last time, clearly. something this computer did not like happened because now it's not. You can see on the very bottom is you can see my wallpaper peeking through, and that wasn't happening before. All right. Well, we're only an hour into the stream, and I'm sort of setting a soft cutoff time at like 10, but we'll see what happens. I may keep going for a bit after that. Game, what's going on here? There we go. Now it's loading again. I thought it froze for a second, and I was gonna be frightened if it did. Because then we're getting into the thing where it's like, maybe I have to restart my computer, and then I don't know enough about how StreamYard works to go like, oh, well, I can just start the stream again. Maybe I ruin it. I don't know. So, I'm glad that we didn't have to do that, at least not yet. If that happens, maybe I may have to call in some backup from Beard or King to provide technical support assistance. But so far, so good. The good thing is we're at 95% loaded. 100%. I love when it says 100% and it still is doing a thing. And I know it's mostly just nitpicking, but I think it's kind of funny that it says we're done and then it keeps making me wait. There we go. Oh, goodness. It's rendering. The grass, I think, still needs to load in a little bit. There we go. It's slowly loading in. I'm going to give it time to load all this stuff in, just in case. Okay. I think we're okay. I do love this main menu. It's very creative. I love that it's just like above. You can see the city of Baldur's Gate, and then it goes below ground. And there's spooky stuff happening. All right, well, I gotta change some options. Dude, this game. I think my computer is struggling a bit with this game. Okay, I hit a menu button for that, but all right, yeah, something is behaving very strangely with this game, and I will have to. I gotta just see if I can turn some stuff down. I think I don't really know what this means, but I'm gonna do the middle setting because it seems like. All right, yeah, my computer can't do more than this. These monitors can't do more than 60 frames or 60 hertz or whatever the hell it is. I'm not a tech person. Model quality. Yeah, let's see here. Shadow. Yeah, shadow quality. We want that at medium. Why? I didn't. It kept all the settings that I didn't want it to keep. Texture. We'll do high. I'm gonna turn stuff off of ultra. I think. I don't think this computer is quite good enough for that. It's a pretty old computer as far as computers go. I got this PC in what 2000 and I want to say 2016. I want to say so. I've had it for 7 years or something at this point. So and I haven't upgraded anything on it ever. So it's kind of falling behind now. So Fidelity FX. No, we don't care about that. Ambient occlusion. Also don't care about that. Depth of field. I'm not going to mess with that. I think it's probably fine. I don't know what these denoise. I cannot tell the difference between those two pictures. See, I turned a bunch of the stuff that I turned off back on. Be gone with you. Okay. I hope this will help us. Oh, I also need to. It says it's full screen, but why can I see the bottom of my windowed full screen? Okay, there we go. Just a weird startup thing. All right. Marty's a nautiloid in hell. All right, this is the right character. All right. Hopefully, this game starts running more smoothly. If it doesn't, we'll just deal with it until I don't know for a while until it becomes more than my brain can compensate for. And then I'll just end the stream and we'll try and figure it out for next time. I'll try and play this game a little bit more on this computer just to see like that feels like it already is looking like working more smoothly. Like those fires feel like they're with haste. Oh, the physics are still acting weird. What is going on? I don't know what this is. It's not unplayable. Everything is taking a long time to load in. We're waiting for right now is a cut. We're waiting for it to transition to a cutscene. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, man. Eesh. Maybe try reinstall. Not tonight. Yeah, see, we're supposed to be in a cutscene right now, and it is taking a bit to load that. Look at all of that. Now the technical difficulties are just getting to mount. Dude, kind of not like nothing. Like things just are not loading in. Here we go. This is a little annoying, but I guess I'm not that surprised that my computer is having a hard time with this game. Like, there's no sound now.
This is your end.
Yeah, this is something is. God, this is disappointing, but we'll keep going.
It rushed past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword.
Yeah, you can see textures just aren't like loading in.
Seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh my god.
My head. What is this? You are no thrall. Blacketh blesses me this day.
Good to know. Thanks, Spike.
Together.
What is happening here? I shouldn't be having any lag. Oh, why am I on? Okay, one of the things that's going on here is I'm on the wrong internet for some reason. So let me change that. Sorry if the stream drops out. I will try. I'll get it back up in a second. But I'm swapping internet because I'm on the bad internet for some reason. All right, let's see here. I checked my internet speed stuff earlier today, so it should be fine. I think my computer is just having a really hard time running the stream and this game at the same time. Because now her armor's loaded in. All right, well, we'll just keep trucking, and this is a learning experience, so. Okay, so what we missed in all that was we had a little mind meld. And she realized that I was not a mind flayer thrall. I think this is the best option.
That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship.
Yeah, the animations. Yeah, I think this game is. I might need to turn down more of the graphic settings. Because I have not run into any of these problems on my laptop.
Just a matter of cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
Yes, right. I'm kind of just. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, but you can leave the light off. Awesome. This is very annoying. It's very weird because I mean, obviously the game is like much bigger and more polished than it was during early access, but I didn't have any problems running it during early access, and all this stuff was here. So here we're gonna save again. Just to be safe. All right. So because if you can, the bad at games thing is kind of in the way, but the initiative order is at the top of the screen. Yeah. All right. All right. We're going to do a little combat action here. Lae'zel is not moving at all.
This is your end.
Oh, God. Yeah. Here we go. Disappointing. Disappointing that this is how this is going. It's still trying to save, so it won't let me. Wow. My computer is not having a good time with this. Dude, it keeps doing the cloud save. I don't care about that right now, and I think it's one of the things that's making things slow down. me check some stuff on my monitor. I wish the game would stop minimizing. It didn't do that the first time I started it up and was like testing it out, but it keeps doing it now too. Okay. So that's fine. It keeps like reverting things that I'm changing. It's very strange. I'm gonna get rid of the depth of field. Let's see here. I don't have that one. Apparently on this computer. Yeah, I'm wondering if like my computer like doesn't quite meet even the minimum requirements of this game anymore, which would be a really big bummer because I frankly do not have the money to upgrade this. Guess we'll just do. I'm trying to just find the stuff that's like going to be like the least graphically demanding, you know. Detail distance, we'll do medium. We can do medium on some of this other stuff too. Yeah, like reset a bunch of the things that I changed last time. Cloud quality, we'll do medium for that too. Model quality, I guess we'll knock that down. Okay. Resume. Oh, now Lazel's moving. See, it feels like sometimes it just like takes a long time to load because now she's looking like she's doing the stuff she's supposed to be doing. Okay, and we'll just
For the fight.
end her turn.
Let's go.
My turn now. Get my sword out. We're gonna come over here and
May the gods take you first.
Game is still running a little slow. Another player is joining me. Who is joining me? Let's just see what's happening here. Who is this person? Interesting. We don't need to loot in the middle of the battle. Come on. It says there's somebody joining me, but I'm not noticing anything. Yeah, I guess I need to check the minimum specs on this. Maybe it's on like the very bottom. Maybe. See, this is like a 7-year-old computer, so and I haven't upgraded anything on it ever. And when I had the money to upgrade stuff on it, it was in the middle of that chip shortage, so everything was crazy expensive or just unavailable. Okay, well, we're not going to be able to make it to the Imp in one run here, so we're going to do a little short bow action from Lazel. Nice. Got it. It's more exciting when you can actually see the animations actually work the way they're supposed to. You can see everything. Oh, we have another person watching. Hello, person or robot, whatever you may be. All right, we're also going to be doing the gamer. I must loot every conceivable thing, but only like even it's just my computer is just really struggling to like load anything right now. It's very. I wonder if there's something I can do like running the stream or something. I'll talk to the gang about it. I'll do some troubleshooting.
Very well.
Before next time. Everybody's scooting across the floor and everything's loaded very slowly. That's all right. All right, we don't need to use the rejuvenation thing because everybody's fine.
It won't be able to take another dragon attack.
He needs to get out before it's too late.
I don't know where that other player joining thing came from because it feels like there's nobody here now. It feels like that was it was not accurate. It's so funny to just see him like scooting across the ground. Because like I have a really hard time imagining this is this game. Like I don't think the game is like bugged because I've not run into any of this on my laptop. Which, despite the fact that it's a laptop, is a much newer computer. It bought it last year, so the fact that it probably has like better graphics cards and stuff in it is not that shocking to me. And it's honestly, I've been kind of sitting on a precipice with this computer for a while, where it's like, at some point, I'm going to have a game I want to play, and I'm not going to be able to play it because my computer has not been upgraded in a long time. Yeah, I think it's just the computer, which I don't know. I can see about saving up some money maybe for a better graphics card. I'll see. I got to check the minimum specs, and I have to remember what the specs on my computer even are because this is I had this computer built for me. I didn't build it. I don't know enough about computers to do that. So I don't even remember what the specs and stuff are on it. They were good when I got the computer, and it plays most of the games, even new games, just fine. Like I have Elden Ring on here, and that game came out last year, and it plays Elden Ring totally fine. Oh, there is a person joining me. Who's TJ? Are you in chat? Is this who is this? Hang on, can I talk to this person? Who is TJ? Examine. The person that I was playing with joined me. I don't know who this person is. Hello.
Another mystery.
Thank you.
I am not here.
Oh my god, she's just like casting all these spells on us. Alright, well, we're not going to mess with the foul Xenos technology, so I'm going to see what's up with these cultists. Dude, yeah, I got mine, Spike. I got mine through a company called Main Gear, and they like you can pick. They basically it's like a menu that you kind of have like here's like the stock build for this computer, and then you can customize stuff. Like I got, I think one of the things I'm probably maybe running into here is I actually don't have a lot of memory on this computer. Like I think I'm at like 8 gigs of RAM or something. I probably need more to run this game, I would imagine. Oh, he died. Oh, our friend killed them. TJ, can I talk to TJ? How do I talk to TJ? Is there a way to talk to them? TJ, how do I speak to you? Hello, friend. Anyways, I'm gonna take these items. All right, we'll go. Hang on, there's a little backpack over here. I want to pick up this backpack because I'm going to give that to someone to organize their inventory better. And then we're going to talk to Shadowheart. Tej. TJ. How do I speak F to you? Oh, no, my internet connection's bad again, too. Awesome. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, we gotta I gotta take a look at some stuff before next time. Look for a latch that might open the lid. This woman is stuck.
The construction is too alien.
We must get her out. We cannot leave her because, well, we do not know her. We cannot leave. You know, we have to try and rescue as many people as we can from these foul abominations. So, I'll look around. There must be some way to get this thing open.
Contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry! Please!
There's got to be a way for me to talk to this person too. Journal map. Alright, I'm going over here because I know it's over here. But what's probably going to happen is I'm probably just going to get to the intro and call it a night with the stream. Because we were having
Yankee warrior and centuries of
pretty
darkness.
bad PC performance issues. But, I think it's really just that the computer is maybe a little old. And like I said, it ran I didn't think I was going to really have too much trouble with it. I was kind of prepared that there might be some problems, but I didn't really think I was going to have too many because it ran, just fine in the early access, but that was early access. There's not nearly as much of the game now as there used to. But I will try like a reinstall as well, just to see, and I'll play like they'll play offline to see if like if it's maybe trying to do both at the same time, and if there's some other way we can do it. I don't know, maybe like the screen share isn't the way to go. Maybe there's another way to do this. I'm not sure, but I really just want to tell TJ that I'm sorry everything is taking very long, whoever this person is, because my computer is just slow right now.
She doesn't notice you.
So I've never really run the only game I've really run into occasional performance problems with is when I played Total War, and got distracted, and I have like way too many units on the screen because I have a mod that increases maximum unit, or it doubles the amount of troops in each unit, and then I also run with maximum number of reinforcements. So I sometimes, especially if I'm fighting with fighting with some of the armies that have like really, really high you took there we go. Oh boy. Oof. We gotta get Shadowheart out of the box. And I could technically, I suppose, play this on my laptop, but I would have to find a way to hook up two monitors. I don't know. I could probably figure a way to do that.
The console appears dormant.